Hello everyone, welcome back to SIREN, and welcome to Tammon's final mission of the game, as we are going back to that odd dark area that he found himself in, where he encountered Naoko and Reiko before, and he found Shiro's burned clothes, but didn't find anything else. We have a second objective for that mission, so we're just going to get into it, and we're going to see what else we can do in that area, and where Tammon might end up. So we're going down to the bottom of the timeline, going to day 2, 22 o'clock, almost at the very bottom. It says that inside the half-destroyed nest, Tammon struggles to maintain his sense of self as he experiences the effects of mutation. A faint yell pierces Tammon's hazy consciousness, and he makes his way blindly towards it. So something that this description is making clear, that maybe is not so clear when you're actually playing the game, is that Tammon, after being immersed in red water, is starting to get shibitoized, whatever you might call that. He's still human, but he's not doing so well. He's taken too much red water, and he's maybe not seeing things quite correctly. I mean, he's not seeing any fairies or anything, as Tomoko did, but he is not doing so well after all that red water. So, let's start day 3, 22 o'clock. And as we remember last time we did this level, Tammon is going to wake up somewhere in the nest, in the middle of all this red water. This was after he got blown away by the torrent of red water. And he hears a couple of voices calling to him from somewhere. He doesn't know where. We didn't find them last time. We only found the charred remains. But now it's time for objective number 2, and that is to reach the Takeuchi residence. So Tammon's home, when he was a child, was destroyed in the 1976 earthquake, which we now know was the first time that this ceremony was tried. I mean, Tammon did not go into the other world or anything. He stayed in the real world, but his home and a lot of the rest of the village was destroyed in an earthquake. So here we are. And since this is a second objective, we probably should see what it is we need to do by looking at the hints as we do. What we want to take a look at is day 3, 22 o'clock. From second floor to the waterway, pull and tie. And that seems obscure. What does that mean? I guess we're going to have to just play through this until we find out. So, this was a short level last time. We met Naoko, fought her. Met Reiko, fought her, and that was basically the end of it. There was nowhere else to go. It was a very linear path. So we're going to have to figure out where else we might be able to go. Especially if we look at the map. I mean, the Takeuchi residence is not on this map. So a bit of a mystery as to where we should be going. Actually, let me just take a look at something. Just to remind myself, did we pick up any new archive items at the end of the last time? No, we didn't. Just wanted to check and see if we had anything to look at. We don't, but we only have, what's that? 7 archive items to go. We have the bottom row, and then, of course, item 001, whatever that is. So we're going to fight Reiko as we did before. Going to run into the garage so I can handle them single file, because the risk here is if Reiko and the crawler are able to both attack you at once. Because we would die pretty quickly in that case. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to wait for Reiko to come over here. And the crawler will be right behind her. But hopefully we can do this before the crawler gets to us, and we did. And it just warps us here because it assumes that we would fight her here. Gonna pick up this cassette. We picked up the cassette last time, but we did not use it. We need the cassette for Objective 2, but what would we use it for? Now, last time, I believe, to exit the level, we just walked off down there, I think. But we're not going to do that this time. This time, we're going to walk back the way we came. But is there anywhere else we can go? Well, I did point out last time that there are these floorboards, and it says that these floorboards could probably be destroyed, and there is a space under them. So how would we do that? Well, to do that... Oh, there's that crawler. He did not warp back to that other area. To do that, we're going to have to go up here. We already took a look up here, and this is kind of weird because in the second objective, we will find that this boarded up window is no longer boarded up. It's open, and there's a sign, and that sign is hanging loose. And if we apply some force, we might cause it to fall, so why don't we just go ahead and do that? It's kind of an odd one in that if we came up here during the first objective, that would just be boarded up. There'd be no sign we could push down. But since there is a sign, that means we could push it down, we could break these floorboards, and we could drop down. And now we can walk underneath. Another path has become open to us. Hear that? Yep. Something in the darkness coming to... Yep, there it is. We walk past into the sewers. We find a ladder going up, but if we go all the way to the end, we'll find a second ladder. Alright, so let's sightjack. Because if we, sightjack, we can see that there's a sniper standing at the top. He's on the surface. So which ladder goes to where? Well, if we stand over here... Nope, don't want to go on the ladder, because I can't sightjack then. So there are two entrances, two ladders we could climb up. One of them is by the sniper, the other one is across the street. Yeah, and you can see my crosshair, so you can tell that the ladder I'm next to right now, it's the one that will go up across the street. Now again, that second objective hint, it said from second floor to the waterway, and it seems like that's where we are now. Pull and tie. Still doesn't seem like it makes sense. But if we wait to the sniper for the sniper to look away, maybe we could climb up and maybe we could see if there are any options available to us. We can't just walk around freely, considering that we have a sniper who could really just shoot us from anywhere. Fortunately, though, we do have some cover. I'm just going to stand behind this pole. Completely camouflaged. No one can see us. We are the best at hiding. Don't mind us. We're just a street pole. Okay. So there's not too much I can do to look around, but I can notice this sign that causes the camera angle to change. It mentions there's a traffic safety sign. We may be able to use it to create some noise. So we have the option of knocking the sign over. And if we did that, we would make noise, and the sniper would look at us, and that'd be bad. But since we picked up the tape, or rather since Reiko, in a previous mission, found that cassette, and then Tammin defeated Reiko and took the cassette, we now have this option to tie the tape to the sign. So we're going to do that. Alright, tape has been tied, and you can see that the tape is leading down back into the sewers. So, we're not actually going to listen to this cassette. We're just going to use it to tie some tape onto that sign. Tammin going all MacGyver. He has a plan. He knows how to distract this Shibito. The cassette is in the sewers. We can grab it, and we can pull that tape. Flawless. The sniper is walking over here. The sniper is interested in what that sound was. Now we're going to go up this ladder to where the sniper used to be. This one a little bit tough to figure out, I think. I mean, if you get near the sign, then the camera angle changes, and then you can tell from there what you need to do. But if you didn't, it's kind of tough to figure out where you should be going, because most anywhere you could go is going to result in you getting shot. Yeah, that sniper is standing by the bridge right now, wondering what that was. What could that sound have possibly have been? He doesn't know. He's wondering. Yep, there it is. There's the sign on the ground. Who did this? Now he's going back. There is a limited amount of time that we have before he returns. But that's fine. We did it. We got out. And now we come upon a dirt road and a house in the distance.
It's my home.
Mission accomplished. Tammin's childhood home apparently not actually destroyed, but rather it was pulled into this other world just like a lot of the rest of the village back in 1976. So let's see what's inside.
Mother. Father.
And so Tammin finds his childhood home and finds his childhood parents there too. They're looking pretty good, considering they've been stuck here for 30 years. They're welcoming Tammin back home. Tammin is overwhelmed with joy to meet his parents that he's not seen them in so long. And we have gotten Tammin Takeuchi's childhood diary. It's been added to the archive, and we are going to see what that has to say next time. But first, just in case you needed to see it again, there is this. Yep, and we've now seen that again. At least now we know where Kyoya got the Urian from. He met Kay in the nest, and he gave him the Urian, telling him to erase everything. And I guess that is what Kyoya is doing here. We also know where he got that rifle. We found it in a previous level, and he's still using it as a weapon. We haven't seen that katana, though. We haven't seen where that came from. So I guess right now, let's just review what all of our current characters are doing. Tammin, as we saw, found his childhood home, and now he's very happy to be reunited with his parents. Yoriko, the last we saw of her, she was trying to get the professor's attention, running towards him. But she looked she looked a little bit monstrous and sounded a little bit. But then they were interrupted by the alien god and the torrent of red water that was caused by Kay blowing up the dam. Kay went to Gojaku Peak, blew up the dam, and found the mud people who were not turned into Shibito, or rather they resisted the call of the siren, and is in some kind of weird, painful middle state, where they're mud people, and that's where he is right now. Harumi, last we saw of her, she was wandering through the nest, and she saw the whole scene with Kei and Shiro. That's the last we saw of her so far. Kyoya, the last we saw of him, he had reached the mirror pool in the center of the nest. He saw Miyako in the pool, and then he went into the pool, like he sort of went through it like it's a portal. And then, of course, there is this scene that we saw right here, taking place sometime after, where Kyoya uses the Urian and a gun and a sword to kill a bunch of Shibito. And that's the status of all the characters that we have right now. So we are going to save. And that's it. That's Tammin's final mission. Next time, we're going to be doing Kei's final mission. We already did Objective 1 of that last time, where he went to Gojaku Peak. Next time, we're going to have Objective number 2 for that, and that's his final mission. We're going to check out what's in the rest of that level, what else we need to do, and see how the story ends up for him. Then after that, we're going to be going in to what's going to be the final level, the final area, and the final battle. And then Siren will be coming to an end. So we're getting there sooner than you might think. I'll see you next time as we see how things end up for Kay. I'll see you then.